Hi, welcome to EDSC 562. This is Career Development. This is week 3. So this week you are working on reading chapters 5 and 6, and we'll be talking about those chapters in just a moment and the key points behind those. And also, I would like to go over with you your assignments for the week. Okay, so we are on week 3, and we have the instructor video, which you can find right here if you're there already. And then also we have the chapter PowerPoints that are located here. Now, for week 3, you have one discussion board that is due. And remember, we've been talking a lot about why you have so many discussion boards because it is asynchronous. And then we also have a career conversation with someone different than me. So that assignment entails you interviewing someone and talking about their career choices and how they got there and the different things that they experienced. And we're looking for someone who is different than yourself, either in sex orientation, culture, background, ethnicity, anything different, so that you want to see if their experiences were different than yours, religion, anything that can connect you to differences. And then part of that assignment is that you're going to be writing that narrative essay using the questions that you have um, listed there as a guideline for your interview. And then kind of comparing and contrasting, like what were your experiences? If you came from a two-parent household with two people who worked, then maybe you were heavily influenced by your family with their information. And then maybe someone else from a different background had less influence, maybe single parent household, maybe not college graduate, any type of differences there that would make for similarities as well as differences. So, again, in this chapter, um, in chapter 5, we're talking about assessment and career planning. So, here is where we get the information about the types of assessments that are used to help people do the career planning. The Cooter is the system that we'll be utilizing, and there are so many more that are out there that help us to guide our students with development and how we can go about assessing them. So these are things that I'm going to show you a couple more in just a moment. Okay, so I'd like to share with you. So we're talking about chapter 5 and the assessment process. And so in chapter 5, it went over a few things about the assessment process and um, the it talked about different using the trait factor approach for the 21st century and what the actual process is for career planning and why it's important to use assessment for career planning. So those were a couple of things that we wanted to know. Making sure that the assessments are valid and that we have good results and that the counselor is familiar with being able to grade those results and get that information out to the client so to guide them in a proper way. I also wanted to share a couple of other screens with you in regards to some career websites that I think are important for us to know. All right, so we have Common Sense Education. This is career and college prep. So this kind of helps us to go over career interests, gives the high school students an opportunity to start preparing and helping them to And this particular website gives a variety of different ones to go to. JVS Junior, it gets the kids excited about careers and videos with interactive animation. This is a K-5 one. Most of these websites require a license, so this is something that you would want to discuss with your school as to if they want to purchase this. Thrively, this is it targets kids' strengths, and this is a K-12 one. We also have Midprint; those are good ones. Think and Design, Engineer Girl, JA My Way is excellent. I participated in this. They have a whole curriculum that you can purchase with a book called Blue, and that book, Jay, will allow you to have the students learn about income, prices, salaries, etc. So it helps them to go through the process of learning about how much what an income is and can they afford it with their desired wants. And then after paying bills, shopping for a car, we ended this JA My Way by going to their center, and each student received a card with an identity on it. And on that identity, it told them how much they made, and they had to go around and pay bills. So it kind of gave them a real life interpretation of, how much money I make, the career that I have. Even though it was given to them, they got a chance to see, if I make this much money, how much will things cost me? Will I have money for savings, etc.? Will I have money for a car? Some people were given an identity without a car. Some people were given an identity with apartment, a house. So it was really good. Road Trip, I'll talk about that one a little bit later. Virtual job shadowing, that the students are able to, kind of take a look at some job shadowing and follow someone, the STEM program, and others. So a couple of other websites that I want you guys to kind of be aware of: the ONET Interest Profiler. This allows the students to take a test, kind of do an interest inventory test, and it helps them to learn more about themselves and how to help themselves. Career One Stop. One Stop is a career center here in Southern California. There's all kinds of One Stops around. One Stop provides services for students from ages high school on up to 24. And then at 24, after 24, it does help those adults trying to seek help as well. It also helps those people who are previous felons get work, and or incarcerated, help them to get work by giving them the skills that they need to get back out there. Of course, the One Stop, with felons, many jobs are not able to hire you, but they do have certain companies that will help you with that hiring process. Road Trip, we talked about that one. So here's what Road Trip looks like. It allows you to kind of empowering stories and finding a career that matters. It has videos and everything that will allow the student to kind of experience the different careers. This is CareerShip. It's an online career exploration adventure, and you get to review the careers by clusters, career search, visit the featured careers. All of these happen. There's the U.S. Bureau of Labor Investigations, helps you to kind of, if you know what you're looking for, but you're not sure how much education, the cost, the salaries, all of that. This one helps you with the Occupational Outlook Handbook. This used to be printed out many years ago, but of course we are paper ready. So now you just kind of go through those. What I love about the Occupational Outlook Handbook is it really kind of organizes things as to those fastest growing careers, the careers that people, never heard of. Example, highest paying careers. The highest paying careers at this point: psychiatrist, oral surgeons, obstetricians, gynecologists, general internal medicine, anesthesiologist. So I just kind of like how they have everything organized on this particular website as you're trying to get students to learn about different careers. Like I said, they have the fastest growing careers. It's interesting to see year after year how these different careers, um, kind of change. I would say in 2012, I remember actuaries were the fastest growing careers. Now, not so much. Predicting. It looks like wind turbine service technicians. And obviously they're paid so highly because there's so few of them. And that's how it changes career-wise. Like the more people that get educated in that particular job, then the pay kind of stays where it is. But these are the fastest growing. So this is what we need to see, and kind of gives kids going to college an opportunity to see, what should I really major in? I mean, like, where is the future going? Statisticians, home health care. We have a lot of people in home health care, because people are living longer, and the hospitals, our medical doesn't allow them to, be cared for in a medical facility, or, maybe there's no space in a home. So, we need these home health care persons to come to our homes, and so we can keep our loved ones in our homes. So as you can see, some of them are just kind of growing small, but we have these at 61%, 52%, and 51%. So this is kind of where the world is going. College Board obviously is a great one. It has all of the information in regards to finding everything about College Board, registering for the SAT. It helps the students locate what type of college to go to, what are they looking for, is it a big one, a small one? Those are all excellent resources. And then, as I was telling you before, we are going to have our career fair here. So I needed some curriculum for my K-5 students, and this was a great website for me to get a couple of lessons, pre-lessons. So yes, I'm giving you a website for your final project that you guys are working together with groups. Here's a website that has lessons already created. So again, you would connect the link to the lesson, the exact lesson. As you can see in this particular one, it's organized pre-K, kinder, first, second, third, fourth. And that's just, if that's the age group that you are working with. Obviously, there's many more websites for middle and high school. So you get an opportunity to take a look at that. All right, chapter 6 kind of focused a lot on career information and resources. So chapter 6 talked about what types of data is needed by the client, their educational experience, military programs, apprenticeships, internships, occupations, schools, private and vocational technical schools, public and community college schools. You know, price is huge right now, so we want to take a look at those community colleges. Is it more advantageous for our students to go to community college first before paying for a private college, to keep costs down? As long as the public colleges are free, this is like a good option for some of our lower income families. So we want to take a look at that. Just education, period. You can get certificates and different things. Everything comes with a cost, but sometimes people don't have the attention span to stay into those 4-year colleges. So we want to guide our students, to get something to make them stand out when they're applying for other jobs. All right. Various and decisions, styles, sometimes it's hard to work with various clients because they just refuse to come away from certain thoughts and processes. So we want to guide them towards those, and we'll get resistance like impulsivity, complaints, delaying. So we want to help them to feel comfortable so that they don't experience those things when we are helping them. So the counselor's role is to select sources of data that are of high quality and make sure that those sources of data are known to the clients and assist them in knowing how to use them and assist the clients to making meaning out of the data after you've collected it. So if you're going to give them an assessment test, you've got to sit down with that individual and go over that assessment. Like, what does it mean to have this interest or that interest? And where should I take that? If I'm good in this skill set, then what area, what industry should I go into? A lot of times we have a skill and a talent, but it's not our want. That's not what we want to do. And sometimes we might want to guide the client towards what their skill is. Sometimes we try things that are not an area of expertise for us. And when we need to make an income, have an income, it's great to know what your strength is so that you can fall back on that. Not to say not to do something that you're interested in doing or that you have a want or a desire. Like, entrepreneurship is obviously extremely difficult, but we don't ever want to discourage anyone from that. But knowing where your talent is, you can fall back on it and, go do a maybe paid job temporarily until you can get your business off the ground. The ways that people organize the occupation, the Holland system. So that's one of the most popular ones. The ONET, I showed you that one earlier. The U.S. Department of Education clusters, that was also on there. You'll see that on many of the websites. So Chapter 6 really went into all the different types of resources and the virtual career centers. This is something I want to do when I leave education, is to kind of go work at a career center and help those people find jobs. So I'm looking into that for my future. And these will be some of the tools that I'll be using, to assist people and adults in their process of maybe changing a job or looking for a new job, all of those things. All right. So again, for this week, you have your discussion board and you have your assignment number 2, career conversations with someone different than me. Those are both due. Your discussion board entry is due on Thursday of this week, and then 2 responses to your peers by Sunday, 11:59, and your assignment 2, a career conversation with someone other than different than me, is due by Sunday, 11:59. Thank you so much.